Prime Minister, let's talk about your own bailout. The IMF has described the prospects of a successful conclusion as fragile. First part of my question, is that fair? Second part, will you be able to return to the debt markets next year, 2013?
Well, the IMF have been very supportive of Ireland's position here. I think it's important for people to understand what a bailout programme actually means. It means that you've lost your sovereignty to the extent that you cannot decide for yourself what programmes you want to follow, because effectively the paymaster general of the Troika is in the corner. So cabinets of countries in bailout programmes cannot unilaterally decide to follow particular programmes, because the funding given to the government for day-to-day services will not become available if the targets and the objectives are not met. So that means that in our situation, as a country in a bailout programme, we have to be constantly vigilant of being able to stick with our programme so that we can get out of the programme. We want to get back to the bond markets as quickly as possible. Our programme runs for the next 2 years, and we would like to see a tentative return to the markets in some form or other by the end of next year. And the point is that we would like to be able to say, in a European sense, as a European process or a European project, that countries in a bailout programme, that once Europe makes its decisions, where there's assistance from the IMF and the ECB, Mr. Draghi's made some improvements there, that a country can emerge from a bailout situation. But that requires the patience and understanding of people, because politics is always about people at the end of the day. And many of our people face serious challenges in the normal course of their lives now. But they understand that this problem will not go away. It will not rectify itself. And it will only be rectified by government decisions taken in the best interests of the people and the country. And that requires continuous support until we reach a point where we can get back to the bond markets ourselves. So the IMF's description of Ireland's position of fragile, any country that's in a bailout situation is in a fragile position. But we offer something different, in that the people gave us a unique sense of stability politically, the very strong majority in our parliament to actually implement the programme for government upon which we were elected. But obviously it's not the place you want to be. And the second point is that, as I say, we'd like to return to those bond markets as quickly as possible, demonstrate that with continued assistance and support from our European colleagues, that Ireland as a country in a programme can emerge from that and be the first country to do so.